In this video, I'm going to be explaining the initial balance breakout report, but the buy close variant. So here we're in the price action report type. We're obviously looking at the initial balance breakout report. We're looking at SPY in the trailing 1 year. So what this report measures is the initial balance and where price tends to close relative to that initial balance. So first, let me start off by saying I highly recommend that you get access to our TradingView indicators because we have one, so this can immediately be plotted on your chart. All you have to do is put in your TradingView username, which is right here, into this button and you'll have it. So I'm going to go to the indicators right here, invite only, and then you can see the IB initial balance is right here. So I'm going to click on that, and that's going to mark out the high to the low of the first hour of trading. So that's what an initial balance is. It's the high to the low of the first hour of trading. So what this report is measuring is where does price close on the day relative to these two levels. So you can see here above the session mid, so above the middle of the session, which is from the high to the low of the session, which is right here. So I just marked that out. And then now, just to stick to this example, I'm just going to put right there. So this is the middle of the session. So 61.5% of the time, price is going to close above the middle of the session. Only less than 40% of the time is price going to close below the middle of the session. And the session is always from the high to the low of the day. Then this black section over here is within the IB range, which would be within this range. That is very unlikely, only 34% of the time. Then between the initial balance high and the session high. So between the initial balance high and the session high would be this area over here. So let me just actually do that. That would be this area over here. This area is between the session high and the initial balance high. So price did close here on this day. This is the most frequent area for it to close. You can think of these as two different groups. So if these blue ones are above or below the middle of the session, and then these are a separate group here, which is within the IB range, between the IB high and the session high, and then finally between the IB low and the session low, which is very unlikely. So let me just explain quickly what that means. Let me go to a different example here that actually has a break below right here. Okay. So in this case, between the IB low and the session low, that would be if price closed within this range here. So you want to go from the IB low to the session low, and price would close in this area. This actually happens the least amount of time, only 26% of the time. In this case, it actually closed within the IB range because you can see right here the final candle is within the high and the low of the initial balance. So the way that you use this report is to say where is price most likely to close on the day. For example, it is very unlikely that price is going to close in this area down here below the IB low. So you don't want to be targeting this area at the end of the day or targeting price to come down and close here towards the end of the day. If you have any more questions, there's always some explainer text here. We have some more down here too, but you can also reach out to our support, which is right here, and ask us any questions that you have. So I hope this is helpful, and please don't be shy to reach out with questions.